suddenly big Vitality fans.
Yeah, they're huge Vitality fans. Now, I see Finn sitting by. I'm sure he's as exhausted as we are, but thank you very much for giving us an interview. Law, over to you.
Exhausted maybe, but I have so many questions to ask Finn. Thank you for joining me. If there's a better opportunity to say that teams rise when the situation matters, I think this was Excel today. First impressions after this game?
Honestly, very relieved that we could get the win after that game. I feel like we was very back and forth. We knew we were outscaling, and we tried to hold their aggression early game, but they actually got the better of us, I think, and I think they executed well. But we managed to stop their snowball and kind of catch up, and then we managed to out-team fight them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you came in today facing elimination. This game could have ended it all, and you started the split so well. Knowing that today could be your last opportunity to make playoffs, tell me how you remain calm before the game, even though you haven't been so successful lately.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever see us not making playoffs. I think we kind of see ourselves as better than that, and we really just had to push forward today and actually get this win. I feel like the last weeks we've been kind of struggling on stage. We kind of had good scrim weeks, but then when stage comes, we kind of fall apart and we kind of get a little bit nervous. We kind of don't really see the game clearly, and there's just like a little fog in our head that kind of keeps us from seeing what we actually need to do. And I think today it kind of showed still that we have the issues and we need to overcome them, but I see progress and I see that there's still a chance for us making it there.
Rising when it matters, but I mean, you explained it so clearly, the fact that communication wasn't doing so well. Scrim results still didn't really make sense because, I mean, you had such a good system. How come you were not able to go back to the Excel form that made you guys successful? You knew what you had in you guys.
I think there was some meta changes, especially I think we relied a lot on Mark in the beginning of the season, being a strong carry for our team. Meta changing a little bit from the Wukongs, the Viegos, into the more Trundle Poppies. It kind of made us had to reevaluate how we want to actually play the game. And since Mark was leading a lot of the game in the early game, when he kind of needs to rely on us more, we need to step up and give him that information that he needs. Because now he's more of a facilitator for our lanes, so the lanes actually need to tell him what we need to win the game.
Right. Well, do you think you learned something throughout this bad experience as a team? You individually, maybe? Yeah. What did you learn through this defeat that's going to make you stronger, hopefully, in playoffs?
Just chill. Like, I don't know. Don't take it too serious and don't overthink things. Just play your game and enjoy it while it lasts.
You were mentioning the meta, and I think it's super interesting because for the first few weeks, Excel was top of the standings, and in these situations, teams often lead when it comes to finding out what is best for the game. What is hard about staying on top of the table all the time?
I just think when you have a style that works and the meta is changing, you kind of subconsciously don't want it to change. So sometimes you're actually hanging on to your old style of play. Even when the meta is clearly changing, you're still playing your old things. You're trying to make them work in the new meta, and there's a kind of denial going on while you have to, when you're like slow to adapt. And I think that kind of hit us, and I think we're catching up now, but it is a bit late.
All right, catching. It is not late. You're still in the race, but coming down, moving forward to tomorrow, do you have the confidence back?
I mean, I know that we will win tomorrow, but I just cheer for Vitality right now and hope they can give it to us.
All right, well, Finn, thank you for the interview. And congrats today on taking down SK. And I see that the Telestrator is ready. So Dagda, back to you with Mickey.
Thank you very much, Laura. I am standing by with Mickey X just to talk us through what was an absolute banger of a game to come into today with. So we're just going to take a quick look at kind of the Seoul fight. So this is where I think things got a little bit dicey for you guys. So you guys have just managed to come out. You're coming back in towards the Seoul, and you've already managed to just start things off. So we're just going to play it through here. So I want you to just talk through your thought process here. As you're getting up to Seoul, you have no jungler at the moment. Yeah. So what's kind of the thoughts as SK are moving in?
So since Trundle died, we don't really want to start the dragon because we can't kill it in time after the buffs. They're a bit tanky, the dragons. So we just want to like kind of poke them around here and wait for the Trundle to respawn. We look for the Sejuani ult here, misses, whatever. And then we're just like waiting for them to start and just trying to play the fight.
So as we come into this kind of point here, right? So you're kind of looking, you've still got Trundle that's going to be on the way here. You're now down the Sejuani ult as well. You're trying to see if you get the quick pick. What's the thought process here again? Like, because you can already see they're starting the dragon. So what are you guys trying to achieve at this point?
Well, every team fight we paid really close attention to Set, so most likely we're looking at Set for him to not get a good ult. I think this one he actually got a decent ult off and got a big chunk out of us. But yeah, we're kind of just playing for the fight at this point, and I should probably eat that saver a bit earlier before he got chunked to half HP, but here, Azir actually is like kind of murdering them, I would say. And I thought here, if we kill the Draven, we can actually end the game. But then the Draven killed us instead and ran away.
It definitely did make it a little bit unfortunate, but it put a wrench into the game plan.
But yeah, I mean, from then on, we just like said we need to kite back. If we kite back, we will win every game unless Seth gets a good flank. So we were just like really mindful of flanks every time. As soon as we saw Seth, then we could actually play the game properly.
So were you nervous when this soul went across, or were you still like, no? Okay, yeah. Just, so it was still just a case of, hey, look, as long as we can keep the Azir there, we can keep you at arm's length and make sure that that's all right. Just that.
I mean, luckily it wasn't the Hextech soul. That one's the scariest. Like every other soul is like, you know, it's kind of playable, but that one is a bit scary. And I felt like the longer the game goes, the better it should be for us. I feel like Azir and Sivir should outrange and like outdamage Draven and Talia. So yeah, as long as we pull back, we don't get set flanked, we should win.
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to let you join the rest of the desk over there. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll let you have a chat with the rest of the crew.
Awesome. Hello.
Hello, Mickey.
Thank you for that breakdown. I don't know if you heard it, but Finn gave an interview to Laura, and he was super